Okay, so basically I'm just going to put you in a few scenarios.
Alright.
Just to get an idea of how the app flows and how it is to do. I want you to speak out loud what you're thinking as you're going through it, okay?
Or what, like thoughts and like...
What you're thinking.
Okay.
Okay, so setting the scene. It's 4:30 after school and you are a parent. Your child is home from school and wants a story read to him. He knows what story he wants to read to him and approaches you with the story. So, he came up to you and he's given you that. So, you get your phone out and you open the app up.
Yep.
So the first thing is I want you to open the application and set the dome up for the story that the child has handed you. So you open it and do that.
Uh-huh.
On top.
What's the reading dome?
That's just loading.
Just to show it's reading.
So that's just a start page. So
Okay, so the reading dome could be confusing what it's...
okay, well, that would come on and then just disappear straight away. Yeah.
Okay.
And it would turn up as that.
So if it's bedtime or so you do daytime. Okay, so what? So this is to scan the book in to begin with?
I'll let you work it through and you can push whatever button you want and then you can tell me what you think.
Ooh. Alright, what does this one do?
No, okay, so that's just showing you that it's the day mode.
That's day mode,
Okay.
And then I'm guessing this is to go back, so I know
Yep.
that's quite obvious. Scan. Scan front cover barcode, so I get that and just go
Beep.
beep.
Okay.
And then that confirms if that's the correct book or not.
Okay, yeah. So what would you press?
Well, so I'm guessing these are forward. That's to go back, and that's to go
So
home.
So go back one page and go back to the home page.
I feel like maybe on this section you might not need
Okay.
the home bit, I reckon.
Uh,
What is home? What's
home
defined as
is-
home?
Home is the one where it's got the scan and the search.
This one.
No, back. That's home.
That's home. Okay. No, actually, no. Okay, I can see the sense
Okay.
for home. Yeah.
So what you click? Tick. Yeah.
I'd maybe make it obvious that then this is the home
Okay.
by showing off that is like the home thing, maybe.
Yep.
Because this could be defined as home. Because home's like the first screen you come to.
I forgot to mention as well. When you click on that day and nighttime one, the dome will light up a different colour depending on what you've done. So you'll kind of know where you are with it all. So okay, so you've scanned the right book and you've clicked tick. And you'll be with this one here. I just want to hear your initial thought.
So that's the book.
Yep.
And then this is to probably start
Okay. Yeah.
the whole process.
Yep. What would you
Not
guess
sure.
that is? Okay. So
I know themes, I'm guessing, displays all the different themes that you want.
So you would scroll down and that would have the themes that have been shown in the book, which is going to be related to the questions at the end.
Yep.
The number is to do with how many times you've read that book.
Oh,
so
okay.
you probably would get that, I think, instinctively after you've read it more than once, because you can see it start going up. But that's something to think about as well.
Yeah, maybe to show it like a how things count up.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. So you know, like on speedometers and stuff, that it shows like a 3D dial and you can see it moving around and
I
stuff
see. Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
So maybe
Or
when
like
you turn it on for the second time, it goes from a 1 to a 2.
2, so you know that.
Okay, yeah, that's good. Yeah, I like that.
So I guess I'm happy. So I go.
Okay, so at that point, the dome would light up and completely show that it's activated. And now this is the point. You could be inside already, but this could be the point where you get in.
So then you go start reading.
Okay, so I just want to get a rough. You might not know this because this is.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know this after I think you've got it, but that is saying the book, and you would start reading, and that little circle there shows where you are in the story. So it's sort of following and tracking your voice as you're going through. So it's almost like a progress bar. So when you're nearly at the end.
I saw this as a button
Okay. Yep.
to tap more than a progress bar as of such.
Okay. That's fair enough.
Maybe more of just a linear
A linear. Okay, no, that makes
linear
sense.
progress bar would make sense.
Okay. Okay, so you're now in the dome
yeah.
and you started reading. I want you to change the brightness and the volume.
Change the brightness. So I'd go into settings.
Yeah. I'm gonna go.
So I'd have it open.
Yeah, so you'd be reading by now. You'd be like
Okay.
through the.
How
story.
does it
This
know
is
the-
just listening to you. So this is on in the background now. So you just kind of left it.
Also,
Now,
it knows your progress through where
so
you
as-
are
so-
in the book.
from when you are like at that point in the story, the dial will be probably there. But by the time you're this far in the story, it'll be like half red.
Okay,
Yeah.
Sweet.
Okay, so
Neat.
you have selected that. So obviously now that's pretty straightforward. I would have thought.
Yeah, you
So
slide it to adjust the volume, slide it to adjust the
and that would be
brightness.
if it was either too bright or if it was too loud or if it was too quiet.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then it change around you.
You would get
sort
like
of
instant
instantly.
feedback.
Okay.
Okay, so now I'm going to try.
How do I confirm this is?
So
correct?
okay, that's a good point. These would be on like clicky things, so it wouldn't just be like a thing.
Okay.
So it would click to that. You've got basically 4 or 5 options of the volume.
Yeah. So would the background fade to show I'm
Yeah.
on this one?
So yeah, that's what I was trying to show there. I mean, it's a bit hard to do in pencil or
Into
whatever.
pencils. That's fine. And then,
Okay,
so when it's done, how do I go off?
okay, that's a good point. What would you think you would do?
Well, you'd probably press the settings button again.
That's what I would have thought as well. Then you'd take you back to that. So now that would
Yeah.
show you progress where you are in the story. Blah blah blah. Okay. So now I'll briefly go through this. I'll just explain it to get like feedback. So you'd be reading the story and you would finish the story. So
Yep.
you got to the end. Blah 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 blah. And then once you've
So-
finished,
Ta-da!
this would come up.
After the show, what is the nicest thing you've done for someone?
So this is just a range of questions now that are related to the story that you've just read,
Okay.
but they would pop up as in like automatically.
Yep.
And the dome would speak it. So the dome would go, what is the nicest thing you have done for someone? And then you would talk through, parent and child would talk through for a little bit.
Yep.
The thing that I haven't talked through yet is when they finish that, I
Uh-huh.
guess the parent would touch the 1 or something, or touch a button on there.
Mhm.
Go on.
So and this is recording it,
This is recording.
and that
the
shows
voice.
question 1 out of 3.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then you go on to the second one. So these are all related to the story. That's why you've selected it in there.
Is it okay to judge people? Parents, why? And why not? 2. Yep.
And after each one, once you've done it, we're going to tick. Oh, yeah, come on.
Okay. How do you know when it starts recording?
As soon
and
as it
not?
comes onto the question, it will just do it automatically. And by the time you leave the question, it'll stop it.
Okay. So you don't want the parent to choose when to record and
No,
not.
well, that could be an option, but that was not what I thought initially. So choosing to record. Okay. And then you have question 3,
What do you wish you were good at?
and then do
Okay,
exactly the same thing again. So that is, in a way, one way of doing the whole
Like,
story.
how does it know when you finished answering the question? So how does it know to show the tick and to move on?
I guess there would be a button on there, or there'd be something. So basically, the child never sees the app.
Never sees the app, yeah.
It would be on your phone. The parent would kind of have here, and the words are either spoken by the parent or done through the dome.
Okay.
But that's a very good point. There's either going to be a tick or something in the corner, or they click on the letter, or they just touch the screen, something like that. How does it know?
So you could almost have like on the bottom could do like a progress bar of 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
So
Okay.
you could flick between 1, 2, 3 quite easily, and it shows you what question you're on out of 3, and then you just tap the next one
Yep.
to move to the next one. Maybe it goes from grayscale to when you can, I don't know, something like that.
No, that makes sense.
But that's why I was thinking maybe if you can control the recordings, and when the parent has decided, okay, the question's been answered, stop recording, then this next question comes on basically.
Yeah.
Or if the child messes up and they want like to record it differently.
The idea is that you would pretty much have one take though.
One
so,
take.
So it's like it's
It's
raw.
natural,
It's
it's
natural.
raw.
You can't like
Yeah.
make it for Instagram type thing.
Okay.
It's just that at the moment. Okay.
Yeah, and I guess in the back button here is just to skip back to.
Well, yeah.
previous.
I guess I've only drawn it on all of them, but I guess actually you wouldn't be able to go back to question 2. That's not the point. So
Yeah.
you would once you've done that.
It-
It's because it's like a memory thing. It's like you don't want it to be choreographed or anything. Okay.
So I've just finished the final
So
question.
you finished your final question, and then you would click on the final thing, and it would then take you back to here.
Okay.
Okay. So now you finished that first story,
Yep.
and your child says that he has found a new favourite book at school. How would you check that this book is in this application?
We do. Oh, you go search. And then you'd tap that.
Yep. The book is
Keyboard
called
would
Where
come.
the Wild Things Are, by the way.
Okay, of course.
Oh no. Sorry, for the purpose of this, we'll just call it this book again.
This
Sorry.
book again. So then I guess you tap that.
Yeah.
And then I expect a keyboard to come
Uh-huh.
up over the top, which is quite normal on a.
Yep.
And then go. What's the name of your book, kid?
Yeah, okay. I've done it by author here by accident, but then you get that.
Okay. How do I confirm the search?
So
I've
you push
typed it
enter,
in.
like just on a normal keyboard or something. You just
Okay. And then it comes on with all of the
Yeah.
options.
and then you know it's in there.
So then you go tap.
You click on it, and it would take you to this again. And that's you've just done a different way of getting to that book. That makes sense. So instead of scanning it, you just typed it in, and it's got you to the same
What
book.
about library of books?
Yeah,
So
I have
you
thought
scan
about
it
this.
in and you can. So do you remember on the old Apple iPods, it had all the albums, and you could like scroll through and then like tap book, pull it out, and then it would come onto this page.
So you think just selecting the book? The reason I thought the scanning thing would be just a million times easier than having to trudge
Oh
through.
yeah.
Because that was if you had the idea is you have to read this with a physical book, so you'd have to have the book with you.
So what's the point in the search?
If
Option.
the kid knows a book that he's going to get from school or the library or whatever, and then either
You can search if it's on the database.
you can search if it's on the database, you could.
But then you would probably is it on the database. Yes. But to activate it to start, there's been no scanning process to
Okay.
show that the book is present.
I suppose that's very true.
Because I could just activate it and it could
Oh,
run
no,
through
yeah, that's a good point,
without
actually.
the book
So
actually
the
being
book actually acts as an activation in a way.
there. Yeah. To make sure that the correct book is present for the story you're going to tell.
So there's no way you can be reading an ebook. You have to be reading from the
Physical book.
I like
Yeah.
that.
Or you're not reading the wrong book or anything like that.
That's good. Also, I suppose if the parent wanted to browse through some kids' books and see, they might want to buy one for the kid, and they know this. So there is reasons I think for the search, but I think I need to go through that a bit more and figure out why.
Yeah.
Okay, so how would you change it to night mode?
Change it to night mode.
From there.
From
So-
here, if I
yeah.
want to change it to night mode, well, I'd go back to home. And then I guess I press the back button. And then
Okay,
bedtime.
that's how you do it. Okay. And the last question.
To me, that seems quite long-winded.
But you
to
wouldn't really,
change.
you wouldn't, if you're doing
Yeah,
this, you
if you're
wouldn't
already
need
on
to do
data,
it
yeah.
because you would have started at the beginning. You know what time it is, and you wouldn't very often
Yeah.
read a book and then it
Then-
turns dark.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
Okay, so now I want you to select day mode and open a memory from the 18th of February, 2019, from the book Where the Wild Things Are, and listen to the recording of the first one.
Okay. So from this screen,
I want you to do it in day mode.
what if I? What's because it's daytime?
Because that's what I know. Because I've only got the day mode set up. I haven't got night mode. As in, night mode would just be a black background.
Okay. What about? I'm just thinking away. What if I didn't want to flick to day? What if I just simply wanted to check memories?
Okay.
Could there be a memories tab at the bottom?
1, 2, need to go on day/night.
Because I would presume the day-night mode is to accentuate the dome. Well, if I'm not in the dome, say I'm just at home having a cup of tea and want to listen to
That's
what
great.
my kids say, I would
You
just
would,
load
you,
up
would
the
want,
app.
you would want memories to almost be a third circle on there.
Almost, yeah.
Maybe a bit smaller. Maybe just like
Just
here
like
or
a,
something.
only like a little tab at the bottom or something that you
Okay.
can just go to, and then it can bring up all your memories.
For the purposes of this, just
Then
do
I
it
would
through
okay,
date.
daytime, yeah.
Okay, now that's a good point though. So, right. Now I want you to talk me through those bottom 3 buttons.
So I guess that's the book option to
Yep.
show to scan or to search for the book. I would say that's the memories option because I'd say they look like Polaroid photos.
That's kind of what, yeah. I mean, my
Um,
drawing's really rubbish, but
But that's the thing I get. The thing I have with that is that is it taking pictures as well?
no, that's just the recordings that you did at the end of. Oh no, that's a good point. So you almost want like a voice memo.
History, just a way to show history through voice memo, almost.
Alright.
And then the final one next to that is settings.
Which I haven't done anything with yet, because I don't know what they would be, but yeah. Okay.
That's it. What would the settings you think?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I've tried to work it out, but I might not even need that.
No, I don't think you. I mean, the only settings you're changing is what you've got there, is
Yeah.
brightness and what's the other one?
Volume.
Volume. I don't think.
So I might not need settings.
No. I can't think what else you'd want to change.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
So then technically you've sort of got rid of that whole thing, the whole bar completely if memories is being moved to the front screen. Or would you still need a memory screen here
Yeah.
if you're with your kid in the dome and you're like, oh, do you remember what we talked about last
so that
time?
could
Or
just-
is,
that
or
could
is the
just-
memories
yeah.
personal for the parent?
that could just stay. No, it could be for both. You're right. That could
Yeah.
just stay in the same place
Yeah.
the whole time, and the other
Just
2 things
for-
could get rid of. No, that's a fair point. Okay.
So I go tap my memories.
And then I would go.
Yep.
And what does that say to you?
So these are the books,
Yeah.
and then this is the number of reads that you've had.
So you've obviously read Where the Wild Things Are 5 times and Dressing
read-
and Dance once.
Yeah.
Okay.
Could that be shown on like a moving scale as well, so you can visually look at it? I'm just like thinking like removing the number of steps. Like if 1 was here but 5 was down here to show you've read it.
More times.
5
Okay.
times,
Yeah.
yeah.
Number reads on a moving screen.
Maybe, or I don't know. Or it could have, so you could have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 books, and in the corner it could just have 1, 2 to show this is the amount of reads that you've had of this book.
Yep. Okay, so you're getting a memory out from Where the Wild Things Are.
Yep. Well, and then this brings out different dates.
So this is the 5 dates that you read the story on.
Yep.
And I said from the 18th of February, 2019.
Number these as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So just so you can quickly remember the order rather than looking at the dates and breaking down each date, which order it's in.
Yep.
And then which date am I picking?
18th of February.
18th of February, so that would be this one.
And you would just pick the first one. So that is saying the 3 questions here that would be asked afterwards. They are just displayed like that in
Yep.
there.
So they're 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, and 3. Yeah.
Yep.
And then you would say click the first one,
Yep.
and then that would come up, and then you'd be able to play that recording from.
That's what it is. That's the book. That's the date. That's the pause to play, and that's just to move along.
That's just the progress of the recording or whatever.
Is it worth showing how long the recording is, and maybe like a timestamp underneath on like where you are in the recording?
Yeah. My question is actually, do you think making them pick it by date is quite complicated? Do you think it'd be better to pick by question or pick by, or do you think it is just better because they don't really know what they probably couldn't remember what they
No,
did?
I think date is. I like date. I might have to look at which is the best way to display the date,
Okay.
because sometimes this is quite. I mean, the numbers are chunked, but it's quite a lot to take in. If it said 18th of Feb 2019, you actually had the month February in.
Oh, I
People
see.
be able to understand that more.
Yep.
That's just a quick research. What's the best, easiest way to display dates, basically. But yeah, and then that would to go back. That's home.
Cool. I think that- Any other comments or things?
Not from what I said, I think.
So yeah, I like the idea of not really needing the settings, of putting the memories at the bottom and getting rid of the books button because there's only 2 pages.
And the way to scan to activate
Yeah,
the
because you
book
need
as well,
the scanning activates the book.
to make sure you've got the correct book. So what would it be? Where's the options where you upload the book? So you'd go here, and the idea is that you press search. And then that brings up, is this to check if it's on the system?
That would originally to check if it was on the system. Yeah.
Yep. So you type in, is this book on the system? And then it would bring up,
In that case, they've just searched the author's name and then it's come up with all that author's books,
yeah,
just to see if it's on there. But at that point, I need to have another stage, don't I? That when you open it and be like, I don't know, just maybe a description of the book, maybe a link to Amazon where you can buy it from.
yeah, that would be neat. Or like it could say where it can be found in local libraries, available, or it could just say available at Amazon, eBay, major retailers, or it could have this book shaded out saying coming soon.
I think it has to be a way that means that they're not reading from an ebook because I want it to be physical. I
Yeah,
want,
because you could check this book like, Drafts Can't Dance. Oh, this
Ma-
has it. This has it on. The kid's like, oh, you got, okay, bring it along, and then you'd either then go home, scan, go, or you go from here, bring up the scan option, then
and then
read.
scan. Yeah, no, that makes
Maybe
sense.
2 different options too.
Yeah, okay.
But that's for you to think about if you want to go from here to scan to go, or you want to go from here to show you where you can purchase it.
Because it could be, I like the idea of maybe putting up a map of local libraries and being like, if you can't buy it, you can go here and borrow it.
Borrow it out, or
Okay. No, I think I'm pretty happy with that. Legend.
helpful.
Yeah, very helpful. Thank you very much. Hopefully it hasn't given you too much.